Welcome back friends. I hope so far you have enjoyed all of my videos and you have successfully created your own registration form and you would have successfully did the validation like I did in my previous video. In this coming video, what I will do is I will demonstrate you how to submit the form and put it into a table and display them in the table. For example, if you can see here, this is the page that I have already created and deployed over the cloud. I can demonstrate you what we are going to build. So here I can type my name, then I will type the email ID. After that, if I submit, it is going to show that user into the UI like this. And then it will also display the message. So we are going to build this entire use case now. So this user story is called as add user story. The definition is on submit user form, we are going to save the user and display the user into the table. For the simplicity of this project, in this project I am not going to make any HTTP call. I am not going to save into any database, MongoDB or something like that. What I will do is I will save it into an in-memory list only and then I will display it into the table. Since this entire course I am making for a beginner to intermediate kind of level, therefore I am not making it as a full stack course. I am just making it as a front end so that you can focus and create your own website in JavaScript. Once you finish this course, then I will recommend you watch my next full stack courses where you can also see the client side as well as the server side and you can integrate both together and make a full stack web application. However, in this demonstration, we will just use the in-memory and in the in-memory list, we will just put the user and we will display that user into the table. In order to finish this story, I am planning to create 4 different components. Number 1 component is publish add user. This component is going to read the DOM data and then it will publish a message called as add this user. This component will be executed whenever user is going to submit the button. Next component I will gonna create is save user in store. Save user in store component, like the name says, it will receive the topic called as add user and it will receive the payload, which is the user object. Once it is received the payload, it is going to save that user into the store object. So we will also create a store object where basically we will have an array of users and we will save that user into that array. After that, next we will create a show added user in UI. Basically the name says what exactly it is going to do. It is basically listen to the topic called as add user success and then it is getting the user payload also. It will show that user payload into the table. After that we will do the show error message component. What is this component basically? Suppose you are going to try to submit the user and that user already exists or that user could not save into the array because of some exception or error. At that time we will listen to the topic that error occurred, like add user failed topic, and then on that topic we are going to display the error message to the user. So let's begin. So I have created a new branch called as add user, so that you can download this branch source code and follow along at your own time. So in this branch, let's go ahead and create the add user module first. And I will create the add user folder and I'll put an index.js file which will represent the add user module as a whole. Next, I am going to create a publish add user component. For that, I will add a publish add user.js file. Inside the JS file, first I will bind the click event into the add user button. If you notice, I have a button called as submit and the ID of that button is add user. Therefore, in our publish add user component, we will be binding the click event into the add user button. So I will go ahead and create a publish add user.js file. Inside that publish add user.js file, first I will wait till the DOM is ready. Whenever DOM is ready, I will bind the click event onto the add user button. In that click event, I will call publish add user function. Publish add user function is the component that we are going to create. Inside the component, first I will read the name value from the DOM. Next, I will read the email value from the DOM. And after that, I will create a user object out of it. Next, I will publish a topic called as add user and I will pass the user object after that. With that, I have successfully created publish add user component. Here you can notice I am using add user topic which I have never created yet. So now it is a good time to go to our messages module and put add user topic over there. Since I am in the messages module, it is a good idea to put all of topics that I need for my story. So I need add user success and add user fail. I have updated my module. Next, what I want to do is I will go to the publish add user component and I will again import the add user topic from the messages module. With that, publish add user component is done. Next, I am planning to create a save user in store component. And since this component depends on messaging service and the store object, therefore I am going to create the store object first. Let's go ahead and create the store.js file inside the model folder. Since store object belongs to model, I am going to put it into the model module. In the store, I want to save the user for a particular user ID. And I want to also check if the user ID is not duplicate. All of this can be done very easily by using the map data structure from the JavaScript. So as you can see, map data structure is just like a C# or Java dictionary, where you can save the key value pair and you can also check whether the key is already exist in the collection or not. As you can see in this tutorial, map can be created by using new map, and then you can set any key value pair by calling set function on that. So here we are calling set and we are putting the key string and putting the value associated with the string. Whenever I want to retrieve this value, I will use get function of the map and then I will say key string. So then it will return the value associated with the key string. So we will be using map in our store to save the user and retrieve the user. So inside the store, I will create a constant called as store and I will just create a list property which will be a new map. Next, I am going to create a save user in store component. In this function, first I will subscribe to the add user topic and I will call save user in store function. I will export this function called as save user in store, which will receive the topic and then user payload. First thing I want to do is check if this user ID already exists in our store. If that is the case, I am going to publish add user fail message with the user ID already exists. Next, I will set this user ID and then user into our store. Once the set is done successful, I am going to publish add user success topic and I am going to retrieve the user that I have just set in my store and publish it as the payload of this topic. With this, save user in store component is complete. So let's recap what we have done so far. We first created a publish add user component which reads the name and email ID and publish a topic called as add user. Next, we have created add user component which will subscribe to the topic called as add user and it is checking if that user already exists, then publish a topic called as add user fail. If it is not exist, then it will add that user into the list and publish add user success topic. We have also created a store object where we are storing in-memory users in our collection. Next, I am going to create add user in table component. This will be a function which is going to add that user which we have successfully just added into the store into the table. So if you notice, I have already created a table where I have ID, full name and email ID and action as a header. I am going to add the rows into the body. So in this component, I will create a dynamically a tr and then I will append that tr into the t body of this table. So first I will create add user in table.js file and inside that JS file, I am going to first subscribe to the topic called as add user success. In this function, first I am going to find the t body of the table. Next, I am going to create the tr element and this tr element will be a jQuery object. So I will wrap a jQuery object and then I will put my string tr. Inside the string tr, what I am going to do is first I will create a data user ID. Inside the data user ID, I am going to put the user ID so that I can get this user ID dynamically from the DOM whenever I need it. Next, I will put the th and I will make it scope as row and in this th I will display user ID. Next, I will create a td and I will put user name over here. Next, I will create another TD where I will display the email. After that, we are going to create a TD where I am going to put the delete button. So in this TD, I am going to put the button. The type of the button is button, and then class I will add button danger, and I will also add my custom class that I will use it for my selection purpose. So I will use delete user class over here. Next, I will add the user ID as a data attribute. So I will create a data user ID attribute and I'll put the user ID into it. Also, I want to show the icon that you are seeing in the page. That icon, I will take it from the Bootstrap classes and I'll put the trash message over here. Once this tr is done, next I am going to append this tr into the tbody. After that, let's clear the input whatever user has entered, so that once the user is added into the table, I am going to clear that. So in order to clear, I will search both name and email and make their value empty. Once it is cleared, next I am going to publish show success topic and I am going to put the message what I am going to display into the UI. I will put the message called as congrats, user with this name added successfully. With this, our component show user in table is complete. Next, I am going to export all of my independent modules into the index.js file of my add user module, so that all of the modules get together into a single module called as add user module. First, I will export add user in table. Next, I will export publish add user, and then I will export save user in store. Next, I will go to the app index.js file and there I am going to export my add user module so that it will go into the bundle.js file of our application. With that, our add user component is complete successfully. Now let's see our application is running or not. And we can see our application is running and it is compiled successfully. Therefore, let's go ahead and see whether I can add a user successfully or not. I will go to localhost :5000 and then I will see my page is coming here. Next, I will go and enter the full name and email ID and submit this form. One thing you can notice though, the alerts are not changing. It is still showing the old alert. If you see the deployed website over here, whenever I am adding a user, then it is showing a message called as congrats, Rupesh Tiwari added successfully. This is not working here. In order to fix this, what I am going to do is, whenever I am going to publish add user topic, before that, I will hide all of the alerts that I have. Next, I will go into the alerts module and there I will subscribe to the show success topic and I will display the successful message. In order to do that, I will listen to the topic and get the payload that is coming. Then I will go and search the alert message DOM and then I will remove the class that it had already, and next I will add the class called as alert success. After that, I am going to put the HTML, which is the payload coming from the topic. Here I will use the emoji called as write and then I will show this div. With this, I have successfully completed the show success alert. So now I can see my project is compiled successfully. Let me go ahead and enter the full name called as Rupesh Tiwari. Put the email ID as info@rupeshtiwari.com and then when I submit, and I can see the user is added successfully and also I can see the message is changed. It is saying congrats, Rupesh Tiwari add successfully. Here you can notice Rupesh Tiwari add successfully is not correct. So let me change it to Rupesh Tiwari added successfully. With that, I think add user module is completely done, and next I will see you in the delete user story.